Hey there everyone, Skateboard Stephen back with another video match report. Now, I know I've been cracking these out at quite some pace, but I wanted to get all my 4.2 games done in case there's suddenly an errata appears this Friday. Obviously, some of these might come out a little bit after the errata, depending on how soon towards the end of March it is. Also, for any of you who are, well, trapped behind closed doors, obviously, look after yourself, keep yourself safe, and hopefully this will give you something to watch whilst we're doing this. So this is going to be my final league game. So our division, we had divisions, they were split into players of 5. So this is the final league game versus Butchers. So I've had an Alchemists game that I won with Veteran Rage, with Veteran Greede even. Apologies. Then I had an Masons game that I won with Veteran Rage. Then I had the last video, which was a Morticians video, where I won with Veteran Rage, and now I've finally got my final game into Butchers against Veteran Boar, and I drop my well, I guess the new Union love of Veteran Greede. Now, oh sorry, not against Veteran Boar. My apologies, against Fillet. I think Veteran Boar was in the 12, but Fillet was the one that got dropped against me. So let's see how this goes. So running down the left-hand side, you've got Cinnamon, Fillet, Boiler, Princess, Tenderiser, and Veteran Brisket. And running down my side, you've got Fangtooth, Greede, Minx, who's kicking, Grace, and oRage. So Minx is going to kick first. Unfortunately, she is not accurate, so I don't really have a choice of where the ball goes. The ball does shoot off the top of the screen. There is an obstruction just off the screen. Apologies, the camera looks like it's got knocked just before we started recording. I think we've got the threat range to deal with the Fillet team, with the Greede, and I'm pretty happy with how I've laid out the team. I'm pretty happy with actually in general how I've played Veteran Greede of late. It'll be interesting to get some more games in with him against someone else, perhaps not of the club, so I don't know the play style as much. But it will be interesting to see actually if when Shepherds come out, because I am going to jump into Shepherds and give them a go. If I even come back to Union, I was planning on playing with Union until the LGT, and then it'll be almost a full year of playing Union. But I think in the end I've decided, you know what, LGT's been postponed due to obviously everything's going on. Let's start with Shepherds when they come out. Obviously a lot of events are being postponed or put back or cancelled. So Cinnamon's going to get set bake on Fillet, jog, snap the ball, kick to space, and Boiler is going to snap it. So straight back, we've got the ball onto the camera so we can see. As you can see, Fillet is at the top of the screen. You see her base and her feet. Not Fillet, sorry, Cinnamon. I'm then going to use Grace, who's going to Talisman a free quick foot through Greede onto Fangtooth, jog and pay for a quick foot on Minx. Just to make her a bit faster. Boiler's going to go. He's going to pass the ball to Fillet, who is right next to him, so it shouldn't take much. He is then going to jog. Maybe he sprints. Oh no, he jogs, sorry, because he's got the increased speed from get set bake. He'll go for that jog and he'll throw an axe at Minx from that position there. Unfortunately, the axe misses. He does just toe into the scenery there as well with the forest. So I'm going to activate Greede next. No, I lie. Rage. Rage is going to jog and tool up Greede. Princess is going to sprint herself next to Boiler. Herself there, sort of blocking me from getting into Boiler, potentially. Minx is going to go next. She is going to, we're just discussing line of sight forests. So Minx is going to go for a super long jog because Minx does Minx things. She's not quite, she's going to go as far out to the end of her movement as she can, just so Fillet isn't going to just come in and kill her. She makes an attack on Cinnamon. Now, Cinnamon does counterattack. I get the momentous 2 damage dodge, snared, etc. And I dodge base to base with Cinnamon. Cinnamon counterattacks me and chooses the 2 damage. I then get a momentous 3 damage dodge, followed by a momentous 3 damage dodge, and I'm back to the shadows after that. So that was a nice chunk of 8 damage and a snared on Brisket. So here we go, we're just back to the shadows. There is an obstruction that you can't see that is just off the camera at the top there, that I am just within 1 inch of. So Fillet is going to jog, again, pretty long jog thanks to the various abilities. She's going to pass to Brisket and quick foot Brisket. My opponent chooses not to dodge with the momentum of So Greede is going to go next. He's going to put forward minions and go for a jog. Tenderiser is going to see if Brisket wants to go yet, but unfortunately Brisket is just outside of goal threat range. Get Set Bake isn't close enough, and unfortunately she's not quite fast enough to get there. So obviously I'm quite happy with that. Unfortunately my opponent is not misunderestimated perhaps the threat range when he can't just go straight down the middle of the goal, middle of the pitch for the goal. So in the end, Tenderiser is just going to sprint. I'm going to activate Greede. Greede's going to charge Boiler, making sure I stay outside of Tenderiser's melee range, so I could do without getting a crowd out because he's already in cover and he's a 4-1. My opponent does defensive stance as well, so he's a 5-1 in cover. I bonus time to negate the cover, and I managed to get a momentous 3 up to a momentous 5 because of both the Lance rule and tooled up. So it's a nice bit of double dipping with the damage from oRage. My opponent uses Brisket, who quick times herself and then sprints. There's no way she's going to be out of range of anyone unless she barely moves. The problem as well being I have had my second activation, so Rage isn't going to come in and try and have her. So Fangtooth is going to activate. He is going to heroic on himself because I think I have to be able to get quite where I want to go. So just that bit of extra speed to put me on the very edge of the woods and not towing into the scenery. Sorry, I don't want to be in the scenery because it will reduce my movement immediately. And Fangtooth's not exactly fast normally anyway. So Fangtooth's going to heroic jog up to Princess. We are going to attack Princess, and we are going to take the momentous knockdown on the first attack. We are then, there we go. So in we go with the first swing for that momentous knockdown. Just that setup makes, again, I've got the gang up and I've got the shelling out aura, but they are in cover and they're a 4-1. So the second attack, I managed to get the momentous unmasking or with damage buff. So that obviously hits Grace, Rage, Boiler, Princess, and my own Greede. I push Rage and Grace just outside the aura for the follow-up attacks, and then I make another attack on Princess and do a momentous 2 up to 3, which means Princess is still alive, unfortunately. I want to kind of get rid of Love Creature and invalidate her for the next turn, but never mind. Butchers have 0 momentum, Union have 6. Butchers play Pass Out the Orange Slices, and Union play Put Me Back in Coach, and I put that on Fangtooth just in the off chance my opponent can take him out, because Butchers can get some burst damage and take me out pretty quickly. So we're sort of looking here about where do I want to activate, who do I want to activate first. Obviously I want Minx to do Minx things, and I'm looking at Cinnamon. She's a 4-0 because she's snared. She hasn't got a lot of hit points left, so I did 8 damage to her last turn. So it's trying to figure out where for me is the best option. Where does Minx go? Who does she? How quickly does she kill? And all that jazz. So sort of spread my influence quite. I think we've got 4 on. We're maxing out the 3 damage models. We've got 1 on Rage because Rage only needs 1, and then we've got 2 on Grace. So we are going to go first with Minx. I'm looking to be close enough to throw a heal at Greede. We go in for the first attack, and we score every single one of my dice hits. So we get a momentous 4 damage double dodge on that first hit onto Cinnamon. Second attack is a momentous 2 damage dodge takeout, so 0-2 in favour of the Union. I heal Greede by 4, and then I throw an axe at Tenderiser. Then I smash the scenery over because I'm a club-fisted man, and so we've snared and done 3 damage to Tenderiser, and then I back the shadows away, and you can just see my base at the top of the screen. So Fillet is eyeing up Greede and saying, you know what, I need to get him off the table. His aura, his damage output, his easy access to knockdown, Don't like him there in the middle of the pitch, not with Boiler and Princess right there primed for the killing. So Fillet does declare a charge on Greede, because I've only got the one momentum because of the previous attacks. Sorry, the healing. Sorry, he charges base to base with me. I do declare a counter attack, hoping, you know, if we can get a lucky spike and push to the double push and just get her out of me with me. However, he gets the knockdown on the charge, but I forced the knockdown, so I was pretty happy with that. He then does a blood rain on Greede, also then hits Fangtooth. He then does a momentous 3 up to 4 because I'm bleeding, followed by a momentous 2 up to 3, again because I'm bleeding, so she's got that rule where she does extra damage to bleeding targets, and then does a momentous 2 up to 3, and then legendaries to do 3 damage to Greede and Fangtooth. So there's a reasonable bit of damage gone into Greede. You know, he is hanging quite close to death there, so I am going to activate Greede next and attempt to hopefully keep him alive. So he's going to just stand up. He's going to attack Boiler because I can't remember why actually now, but I chose to attack Boiler, I think because I'm looking to invalidate Boiler. And we just do the knockdown. We then attack Boiler again and do a momentous push just to knock him that little bit out of the cover after we get him on the floor, because again, don't like this idea that it keeps removing my dice. So here we go. Oh, just pop him out the cover there. We do a momentous 2 on him. We then heal ourselves by 4, and then we try to shoot or bribe Fillet for 2 inches, but we miss. So my opponent's then going to look at, you know what, let's get some goal influence on the table. Let's get a goal in the back of the net before Rage decides to go in and kill Brisket, which she does. She goes for a sprint. She's just in, she's in tapping range. She shoots and scores. So it's 4-2 in favour of the Butchers right now. It should be said this game as well pretty much decides the league. If I win this game, I win the league. If I lose this game, my opponent definitely comes third, and it's on tiebreakers for me and the guy in second place. So ball scatters and I snap it to Grace from the kickoff. So Fangtooth dodges to engage Fillet and make sure he's within 3 of Tenderiser. And I've written that Fangtooth attacks Fangtooth, but that's probably not likely. So I imagine it's probably Fillet who does declare a counter-attack. I take the momentous knockdown. I heroic myself and attack Boiler, get that momentous unmasking. He's on 4 of his players. So Fillet, Boiler, Princess, Tenderiser gets the takeout on Princess, 4-3 in favour of the Butchers. And then attack Boiler, and we're looking at a momentous 2 up to 3, and it takes out Boiler. So it's now 4-5 in favour of the Union, and I heal myself by 4 and end Fangtooth's activation. So that's 3 non-activated models from the Butchers this turn actually that have all been taken out. Tenderiser is the only model left to go, and he is both in Fangtooth's Stinky Ground Aura, I refer to it as, but it's the rough ground aura within 3 inches, and he has snared, so he's going to be a -4/-4 move, which is not great for him. So instead, Tenderiser is going to limp 2 inches forward or 1 inch forward and just hard cast ground pound. So he hits Greede, Fangtooth, and Fillet. He stands up Fillet then and pushes my models. Unfortunately, I don't think he noticed, although luckily I did. He's opened up a charge lane for Rage into Fillet. So, unfortunately for my opponent, that's kind of given me the idea that Rage better go in. So Rage heroics on himself to tool himself up, and he furiously charges Fillet. So he does a momentous 3 up to 4. Should we notice my opponent has no momentum, so can't counterattack, defensive stance, etc. I then do the Berserk attack, and I just take the knockdown. Just get on the floor, which is again pretty good for a knockdown on a Death 5 model, I want to say. Just plot the bleed token because I forgot about that. And then Bind attack, momentous 3 up to 4. Berserk attack, momentous 2 up to 3, and we take out Fillet. So that's 4-7 in favour of the Union. I then have to pick a second model to activate a second time, and I choose, you know what? I like the idea of activating this rage again, and he'll charge Tenderiser. So we bear in mind that Tenderiser is snared, so he's a 2-1, and I do bonus time. I wrap to the knockdown. Oh, nasty. And I do momentous. Oh, I've got to find where I've written it down. Momentous 3 up to 4. The berserk attack gets no misses. Bear in mind I get extra dice because he's down defense 1. Do a non-momentous 4 up to 5. Wrap to the momentous 2 up to 3. Clear conditions on Fangtooth, and that gets me to take out on Tenderiser. Ouch. 4-9 in favour of the Union. Now, I'm the only one with someone left to activate, which is Grace. Grace is going to glide, Talisman a quick foot onto herself, sprint and take a shot on the goal. So that's my sprint there. Well, 9 with a little bit of extra on the end. Take a shot on the goal, a bonus time screamer, win. So yeah, that game went really quickly. So I think we had about 40 minutes all told for that game. All the points came in that turn. You know, we were 0-0 going into turn 2, and suddenly we ended 4-13. Union win. Union did top the league. I came first. The Masons opponent I played came second. You know, and that's sort of how we ended up with the final standings. Really enjoyed the games I played with Union over since July last year. So just prior to the 4.2 errata, I want to continue playing Union because I feel that they're one of the guilds that I've gelled best with. But at the same time, I kind of want to get Shepherds on the table, give them a go, see what they're like. You know, see if they click with me a little bit. I am a bit of a butterfly. Having stuck to Union for this long is actually a miracle into itself. It does mean I'm a little bit short of the Union badge for Longshanks by a few games, but we'll see. We never know what the future holds. Maybe Shepherds will be my pickup game guild, and I'll stick to Union for tournaments. Who knows? Thanks for watching. See you next time.